Seyboth Wild. You're gonna have to play how you pronounce his name. Like I don't. I've been dying all week on Tennis Channel, and of course they give me his highlight every time. Do you have it?
Seyboth Wild.
Seyboth Wild.
Seyboth Wild.
Seyboth Wild.
It's
Seyboth
in
Wild.
yeah. As like it's spelled Seyboth Wild. Seyboth Wild. And now everyone's taking liberties. It's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, right? It's like someone realized they were saying it wrong, overcorrected, and now it's everyone has like their own flair because they are scared of getting it wrong. Like I've been on air, like I'm like everyone's like I'm like
does the fear of getting roasted make it so you get roasted?
Totally. Like you're disrespectful. You're a Seyboth Wild, but it's spelled wild. Like give me a second. Like don't cancel me right away. Like if I read it and it's Wild and I say wild, you can see where I got it. Like it's not as if it's so out of bounds. Like I'm taking liberties. It's Vujicic. And everyone is so scared of saying it wrong that now we've created this whole thing where every commentator is adding syllables. We're just adding syllables.
You know, we got John waiting for us. Let's ask John.
Let's bring him in. Is John Wertheim here? Is he on?
Let's bring him in.
And as always, John Wertheim coming in. Now, I just want to do a simple game with you, okay? Real quick. If I were to spell Wild, what does that spell?
I feel like this is a trick question.
What does that spell?
If I don't say wild, what have I set myself up for?
Okay, this is the welcome to my life. The last week, Seyboth Wild is how you spell Seyboth Wild, apparently, and it's out of control, right? It's there's shaming mechanisms in place when you don't say it correctly. Like I was on one and Mike, when I was doing the open, and Mike was like, okay, John's here. Before I'd spent a minute on Seyboth Wild. And now I feel like I'm in a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where every commentator is like doing it their own way, like with their own flair. And like kind of like, I feel like commentators love saying someone else's name, but in their native, like the native way to say it. And I'll tell you, I'm a little offended. I'm going to reverse cancel this shit. You ready? Because not one time ever in my entire fucking career did I go play in, I don't know, let's call it France. Do you think they ever tried to say Roddick? Andy Roddick, and they really celebrated it. Right? It was like I'm an idiot because I'd go over there and be like, is my name not Roddick? Like maybe I don't know. Like I think I'm out of my mind. And so I said I said something crazy and I said Seyboth Wild. And everyone's like, "Whoa! What? What did you do? You are getting cocky with your podcast."
Your anti-Portuguese bias is it's really ugly.
Like we it's like only on Tennis Channel and ESPN do we say Seyboth Wild, and then we go to Eurosport and like Roddick. Andy Roddick.
Whenever we did stuff with the UFC, when it was Ronda Rousey, all the Portuguese and Brazilian fighters say Honda Housey.
Yeah, but that's like I don't. Here's my point. I went over there and not once did I care about Andy Roddick. So just give me a fucking break. I'm learning. All right, just give me a break. So that was apparently that's been the most important story for me this week.
Good thing
John Wertheim.
You ever hear Stephen Colbert used to have this bit about our teammate Kim Kleisters and called her, Kim of the superfluous J, and had a little bit. You would have had a field day. Wait, let me ask you a serious question. I remember you used to say,
John, I'm sorry, I don't want you to dismiss this as not serious.
Okay,
this has been very serious. Okay,
we are going to we're going to have a dissertation about Vooch. What do you do? Serious question. What do you do when you're a player and occasionally you get asked about Guillermo? You don't want to be the ugly American and botch someone's name, but you also don't want to be do the Barcelona TH. Like how do you deal with this as a player when you have to refer to colleagues who have tricky names?
I don't know. If there was like an avoidable first name, that was great. like for instance, Guillermo Cañas, we all get really lazy, right? Like after 5 years on tour, his name was Willie.
Exactly.
His name was Willie. Like Yeet Zhu Wang, Jimmy Wang. We just get super lazy, and not one player cares, by the way. Everyone else is going like Twitter fingering and like getting crazy and the whole thing, and like it's like, oh, it's Willie and Jimmy. No problem.
I think the young Brazilian player you referenced, can we just call him Spanky and get on with our lives?
No, not now. Not in 2024. Nope. We gotta criticize. We gotta criticize someone for daring to pronounce WILD wild.
I want to hear Brett Neighbor, one of our colleagues, just get it in reverse and say, a Vooch error by Wild. You can't say a Wild error by Vooch because it's the same spelling on two words in a row. Right?
I'm glad that a 60 Minutes correspondent has as much problem with it and puts as much thought into it as I do. Because Lindsay Davenport, one of my favorite people ever, she's just avoided the whole thing. She's like the young Brazilian. That's all she calls him now, the young Brazilian.
She's a pro at that.
She's a genius.
No,
she said it the other night, and I was like, she's so much smarter than me.
The closed caption gets like butchered on it too, because I had the closed caption on the other night watching it.
Well, yeah,
that's what we need to do.
Because it makes no sense.
Just put the subtitles, and we all get on with our lives.
But it is.
No, you're right. Leslie Stahl's skewering Jim Jordan, and we're talking about Vooch versus Wild.
Exactly.